Hello, friends. I love the way that President Joe Biden, trolled Trump into these two debates. Let's get right into it.
Biden calling out Trump over his ongoing criminal trial in Manhattan, telling the former president to, quote, make my day. Watch.
Donald Trump lost two debates to me in 2020. And since then, he hadn't shown up for debate. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal. I'll even do it twice. So let's pick the dates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesdays.
Ouch, that Wednesday reference, that's the day that they don't have court. Former President Donald Trump responding, saying he's ready to debate Biden as soon as next month, saying, quote, let's get ready to rumble. So let's bring in ABC News White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks and presidential historian Mark Updegrove for more on all of this. Mary Alice, let's start with you. Biden is bucking tradition by calling out his opponent on social media. How did this all come about? Because there was some concern that there might not be any debates.
Absolutely. There was huge concern. I mean, we had both camps saying that they were not going to participate in what has been the historic format for debates, these debates that are put on by the Commission of Presidential Debates. It's kind of a group, a consortium of D.C. News outlets that have put on presidential debates for the last several decades. And we had the Biden campaign and the Trump campaign both saying that they weren't really interested in participating in these debates. So we were worried we might not get any. But like you said, this news this morning, this announcement, this social media video from the president saying that he's ready. And actually some news just in the last little bit, the volley continues. We have an announcement from President Biden that he has accepted a debate invitation from CNN on June 27th. He said, back over to you now, Donald. Clearly, he wants to move forward and get an actual date and time on the calendar. Big question now whether the former president will accept, Phil.
And Mark, as we wait to figure out if the former president will agree to that debate, talk about the timeline. June, is that normal?
Not at all. No, you usually wait until the fall after the conventions have been held, both the Democratic and Republican national conventions.
Since we've been on the air, and just a short time ago, Donald Trump responded. He posted on social media, quote, I am ready and willing to debate, who he calls Crooked Joe, at the two proposed times in June and September. I would strongly recommend more than two debates, and for excitement purposes, a very large venue. Although Biden is supposedly afraid of large crowds, that's only because he doesn't get them. With us now, CNN political commentator Karen Finney and former deputy communications director for the Trump campaign, Brian Lanza. A lot going on this morning. Karen, can you explain to me why you think this is happening now?
Yes. In fact, I was just hearing from the Biden-Harris campaign a couple of things. Number one, in the past, the Commission on Presidential Debates has had a challenge actually enforcing their own rules. And given that Donald Trump has a shaky history when it comes to debates, he's going to show up, he's not going to show up. We ended up with two last time. The Biden campaign, I think, decided, okay, let's put our cards on the table. You say you'll debate anywhere, anytime, anyhow. Let's do it. And let's do two. And let's have those debates before people start voting with early votes so that people can see these two men, have this conversation about, I think what we'll see is revenge and retribution. And then we'll see, President Biden talking about the future. So I think they're calling Trump's bluff, basically.
Yeah, Brian, it is interesting for all the strange words, not strange, caustic words we're getting on both sides from President Biden and then Donald Trump here. There actually is a grain of agreement here, which is both campaigns saying they want to debate early, as soon as next month, and both campaigns saying they want to do it outside the confines of the Presidential Debate Commission, basically throwing that out and starting something new. Am I being naive here, or is there actual agreement?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Yeah, listen, there's huge agreement that you have. I mean, first of all, I'd say that this is a huge win for President Trump and his campaign, drawing out Joe Biden early. Remember, early on, Joe Biden even questioned whether he was going to do any debate. Now, Joe Biden's saying, I'll debate in June. So that's a huge win, sort of strategically for the campaign, showing that, that Trump is leading the conversation and Joe Biden is following. The second thing, two debates, without an audience, it's bad for Biden. It sort of demonstrates weakness. It shows people, it shows the voters he doesn't want to be in front of them, be held accountable for his inflation economy. I mean, let's be honest. These debates are going to be primarily about inflation because that's what the American people are looking at and saying, 4 years with Trump, 4 years with Biden, the economic numbers are pretty clear that if you want prosperity, you have to vote for President Trump in 2024.
No, it is interesting. Again, I get that both of you support the candidates you support, and so there are partisan arguments to be made on both sides. But still, what I'm hearing through a nonpartisan lens is we could get debates in a few weeks. I mean, we could get debates in a few weeks, and I'm still trying to digest, Karen, the impact that will have on the election.
Yeah, it's huge. And look, I think to answer your other question, yes, there is some agreement. I think there are concerns about the way that the Commission on Presidential Debates, sort of the spectacle that those events have become, although I think pretty much anything with Donald Trump is going to end up being a spectacle, but we'll put that aside.
President Biden trolls Trump into agreeing to 2 debates. In a bold move, President Joe Biden has successfully baited his political rival, former President Donald Trump, into agreeing to 2 debates ahead of the 2024 presidential election. Biden's campaign proposed unconventional debate formats and dates, seemingly designed to provoke Trump's acceptance. The first debate is scheduled for June 27th, marking an unprecedented early start to general election debates. Biden's team insisted on a television studio setting with no live audience and strict time limits enforced by muted microphones. Notably, Biden declined to participate in debates organized by the traditional Commission on Presidential Debates, citing dissatisfaction with their operations. Trump, ever eager to confront Biden on the debate stage, promptly accepted the proposed dates. However, he expressed disagreement with the lack of a live audience, suggesting larger venues for added excitement. Undeterred, Biden posted a cheeky video on social media, challenging Trump to the debates and poking fun at his legal troubles. The second debate is slated for September 10th, hosted by ABC. Biden's campaign recommended news organizations that previously hosted primary debates for both candidates to moderate, ensuring political balance. By circumventing the Commission on Presidential Debates and proposing unorthodox formats, Biden appears to have successfully goaded Trump into agreeing to debates on the president's terms. This strategic move could provide Biden with a controlled environment to counter Trump's brash debating style. As the debates draw near, the campaigns will likely spar over additional rules and qualifications for third-party candidates. Nonetheless, Biden's gambit has set the stage for 2 highly anticipated showdowns with his chief political rival